So here's the big question. How are entrepreneurs like us, who have been hustling and struggling to make it to success, who seem to make it one step forward only to fall 2 steps back, who are dedicated, determined, and driven, how do we finally break through and win? That is the question, and this podcast will give you the answers. My name is Brian Kelly, and this is the Mind, Body, Business Show. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Mind, Body, Business Show. You will not believe this, but we have a true star joining us tonight. Oh, I cannot wait. And this is a superstar. I am not kidding, because her name is Starr Codd. Oh, yes. And she is an amazing, amazing young woman, very, very successful in business and very astute, very intelligent, integrity-based. And I've known her for just a little while now, and so many great qualities bubbled to the top immediately. And these are the kind of people I love to share with you. It's not about coming here to watch Brian blab on a show. It's here to watch our guest experts. And Starr Codd, you are going to fall in love with her immediately for so many different reasons. And I cannot wait to share her with you. Before we do that, the Mind, Body, Business Show, it is a show that I had developed with you in mind. That is the business person, the entrepreneur that's looking for that next level up in their business, wherever that may be. And so I bring on highly successful entrepreneurs like Starr in an effort to help you to get that next step that you so desperately need. And we're going to talk about many different topics tonight. And I'll guarantee you will take away some golden nuggets that you can employ and apply to your business immediately the very next day because of Starr, not because of me. And so the Mind, Body, Business Show, it is about what I call the 3 pillars of success. And they are the title of this very show. So mind being mindset. Now, for years, I studied and concentrated on only paying attention to successful people and what made them successful. And these were the 3 things that kept bubbling up with this 10-year study or so. And mind was mindset. They had a very positive, powerful, and most importantly, flexible mindset. To a person, all the successful individuals that I followed, studied, these are mentors of mine that I knew personally. These are authors of books, some of whom I've met, some who are no longer with us, that were never around even when I was born. Lots of different individuals that I've studied and followed over the years and realized they all have this one thing in common, mindset. They also have in common body. That is literally because they take care of themselves or took care of themselves physically and nutritionally. Simple. And then business. Business is multifaceted. And what it employed was all of these people, all these successful individuals, all had mastered the various skill sets that are necessary to build a successful, then thriving, then growing business. And these skill sets include things like marketing, sales, team building, systematizing, leadership. I could go on for quite some time. And the good news is, you're probably sitting there going, how do I master all of these? I only have one lifetime on this planet, because mastering takes a long time. And I get that. The good news is, if you just master one, and it was one of those that I just mentioned just a moment ago, one of those few, if you master just one skill set, you can leverage the others. Anyone want to know what that one is? If you do, just go ahead and let me know. I'll wait. I'm kidding. I'm going to tell you. It is the skill set of, drum roll, leadership. And you might be saying, Brian, I'm a solopreneur. I don't have anybody to lead yet. That's fantastic. Get in the habit of leading yourself as if you were part of your own team. How are you thinking? What is your mindset? Do you have your business mission and purpose down? Do you know what you're doing? Are you solid in your culture? There's so many great things. We could spend a whole show on that by itself, but that is it. Mind, body, business, the 3 pillars of success. And that is why Starr Codd is here waiting in the wings. And she's like literally scratching at the monitor saying, let me in. And I will just in a moment. But before we do that, another incredibly wonderful and common trait of very successful people is that to a person, they are also very avid readers of books. And with that, I would like to segue real quickly to a little segment I affectionately call Bookmarks.
Bookmarks. Born to read. Bookmarks. Ready, steady, read. Bookmarks. Brought to you by ReachYourPeakLibrary.com.
There you see it. reachyourpeaklibrary.com. And a real quick word of advice before we move any farther. You are going to be getting a lot of resources, maybe some book titles, some URLs and websites. Please do yourself a favor and stay focused on what Starr has to say, because I would hate for you to have that one moment where you took your focus away and you're actually typing in the website and checking it out when Starr gives you that one golden nugget that could literally change your life for the better forever. I would hate for you to miss that. So it's something I often say from stage, and that is the magic. It happens in the room. So in here, it's basically keep your focus on the show, specifically on Starr as she's talking when we bring her on in just a moment. Yeah, I'm teasing you to death on her. I know. It's great. And so reachyourpeaklibrary.com is a website that I had developed with you in mind. Personally, I myself was not an avid reader until about 11 years ago at the age of 47. I know. Give you a second. You're doing the math. I know every one of you are. And that is when I started reading, and I started reading voraciously and realized, my gosh, this does literally change your life. It changed mine for the better. And it many books had profound impact on me, either through business or personally or both. And what I started doing is I said, here, I threw these books, images and descriptions from Amazon directly to my team and said, add these to this site and make them available for others just to go click that button. It takes you to Amazon. And that way you can get a book that has at least been vetted by one other successful person that gives you greater odds of not wasting your time. Not going to promise it won't, because maybe not every book is where you need to be right now, the topics. But I will tell you that all of these that are listed on this website have done just that for me. They have had profound impact on me. And speaking of profound impact, I've had enough blabbing here. You know what it's time to do, don't you? I think you all do. It's time to bring on the star of the hour. I know she's never heard any of this stuff before. I'm the first one to do this. Here we go. Starr Codd is coming your way.
It's time for the Guest Expert Spotlight. Savvy, skillful, professional, adept, trained, big league, qualified.
And there she is, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, it is the one. It is the only Starr Codd. Woo-hoo.
Hi, Brian. Thanks so much for having me.
Oh, and ladies and gentlemen, I have to tell you, I had a cancellation for someone who was supposed to appear tonight instead of Starr, because they had an issue that literally hospitalized them. And Starr was so gracious. Just, 2 days ago? I asked you if you're available, would you like to appear on my show? And she said yes. And then she got hammered with things to do to get prepared for the show, because that's what my system did. And she did it all. And I just want to commend you publicly to everyone and say, this is a woman who is an action taker. There is a reason why she is so successful, because she has the habits instilled of a successful person. So I wanted to just give you those props and kudos for everything you've done. And thank you for saving my show for this night on this week. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Brian.
Well, fantastic. We're going to I'm going to introduce Starr officially, formally, and with respect, because she deserves it. Real quick before we do that, we're going to do a little housekeeping. Others might call it bookkeeping. Going to do a few words from our sponsor, and then we'll be right back. So don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. Stay right here, because Starr is going to be coming back real soon. All right, here we go. Hey, if you're watching the Mind Body Business Show live right now, then you will have the ability to win a 5-night stay at a 5-star luxury resort of your choosing, compliments of the Big Insider Secrets. What is it? It is a 5-night vacation stay to one of many destinations across the world. You can see as we go through this very quickly, there's some in Branson and Daytona Beach. These are in the United States, all over the United States, New Orleans, San Diego. There's also Mexico. There's also the UK and Argentina. I mean, it just keeps going on and on and on. Australia. At the end of this show, you will be given the ability to enter to win. You must be watching this live. If you're not watching live, then head on over to themindbodybusinessshow.com and register to receive automated notifications when we go live the next time. We do not spam. We do not even pitch any products or anything. from that notification. It's just simply a way for you to know that we're live, and now you can join us, and you can also participate in this incredible prize, and you do not want to miss this. So come on live, and you do not want to miss a moment because of our incredible guest experts, and we will reveal that at the very end. And if you're struggling with putting a live show together and it's overwhelming and you want a lot of the processes done for you while still enabling you to put on a high quality show and connect with great people and grow your business all at the same time, then write this down: carpetbombmarketing.com. Then head on over to it after the conclusion of tonight's show. Carpet Bomb Marketing. Saturate the marketplace with your message. And to get a free lifetime membership to a phenomenal resource called the Reach Your Peak Club, your free membership will include instant access to deep discounts on major software, services, and top shelf training courses that you need to run your successful business. Think of it as your entrepreneur discount house. Catapult your business to the next level. Sign up for free now and get a hotel discount card worth $200 just for joining. Then go and grab your deep discount. So write this down, and then after the show, once again, head on over to reachyourpeakclub.com. All right, now let's get back to the show. Good Lord, let's do that already. Who was that yammering forever? Let's get on with this. All right, Starr Codd is a business coach and entrepreneur. She walked away from corporate America after successfully climbing the corporate ladder to start her own business. How many people can you say you know that have done that? Climb the corporate ladder, which every person who is in corporate wants to do, climbed it, and then said, I'm out of here. This is inspiring to me. She launched a beauty business and scaled it to over $1 million in sales annually. Let that set in for a minute. Yes, she is very successful. She now helps women turn their passion and expertise into a coaching business so that they can create time and financial freedom in their own lives. You notice there was nothing about money in there. That's what I love about successful individuals like Starr. It's what money can help you to achieve. It's more about the time and financial freedom. I call it liberation. With that, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show, Starr Codd, officially and formally. How are you doing tonight, Starr?
Good. Thank you so much again for having me. Super excited to be here.
Yes, and you have no idea. This is phenomenal. And just in the short period of time I've gotten to know you, I'm very intrigued by your accomplishments already and where your journey has taken you. And I wanted to give you a moment, if you're okay with that, is to give people a little bit of a backstory about how you got to where you are now. I mean, what drove you? What I'm curious about specifically is what drove you away from corporate after you climbed that ladder. What was the defining moment for you that said, that's it, I'm going to go do my own thing?
Yeah. So for me, when I would work in corporate, obviously, like I'm looking at these people making money, and I'm actually like, well, why can't I have this? But just to take it back, when I was in school, when I was in high school, I knew I was interested in business. I was either going to be a lawyer or an entrepreneur. So I knew that early on from a very young age. So I went to school for business. But when you go to school and you're, going to college, you're like, well, what kind of business am I going to start? What am I going to do? And so from there, I just continued to, work on getting my degrees and getting, a really great paying job. And I just wasn't fulfilled. I wasn't satisfied. I mean, I even had a flexible job for making six figures. And you would think my stepkids would say, no, Starr, don't quit your job. Are you crazy? And I'm like, I want to make my own money. And also, I really didn't see that point that I could go past, where I was at making like, 100 and something $1,000 at the corporate level. Like I felt like, okay, this is as far as I'm going to be able to go. So I wanted my own thing. And I also wanted time, freedom, and flexibility to not sit there at work, watching the clock from 8:30 or 9 to 5 until you can leave. And I really just wanted to be able to do my own thing.
Can so relate to this in so many ways. I've done my time in corporate as well. That's how I like to say it. And it's interesting that, as I'm looking at entrepreneurial things and talking to colleagues about it, excited as heck, and they want nothing to do with it. And it literally saddened me that this was it for them. They're not going anywhere else. All they cared about was punching the clock, going home, cracking open that beer, whatever they did. I don't know. But wow, I was just saddened that because I didn't know about this world until later in my life. I was never availed to entrepreneurship. And then when I saw it, I'm like, that's what's been missing my whole life. I went out of this thing. This is nuts. So I totally relate to a lot of that. And a lot of people might say, man, you're making 6 figures. What are you, nuts? Like, yeah, I get it, because money is not the thing that makes people happy or fulfilled. Is it nice to have? Yes, of course it is. Is it scary? Yes, it's scary to go out and be an entrepreneur because you don't know when your next paycheck's coming in. It's not like a corporate job. But guess what? Without people like Starr, there would be no corporate jobs. Someone had to have that idea. Someone had to take that risk. So God bless you for doing that, and that you're building your empire and bringing others and helping others. And we have several people coming on to say hello. There's Lori Ann Hood. How are you doing, Lori Ann Hood? She's a frequent viewer of the show. And me too, USPS, Michael Bemis. I don't know if that means USPS, unique selling. What does that mean, Michael? Maybe I'm missing it. The acronym. And then a Facebook user says, right, anonymous. I love it. And Crystal Jensen saying hi. All right, we've got them flying in here. Everyone's joining. Thank you so much for coming on, Crystal, and participating, engaging. We love that. And we'll definitely open it up for questions from the audience too as we go through. And if you think of one, throw it in the comments. We'll get to it, time permitting. I definitely will give that a shot. And so I love that background and that reasoning. And then so when you actually made the leap, how scary was that to you?
You know, I've been thinking about it for a while. And like I said, you know, the first phase is, what type of business are you going to start? What is it going to take? What exactly are you going to be doing? And for me, I had originally started a business, which was a DME, durable medical equipment business. And it took like a full year to get accreditation, paying staff, paying for the lease. And by that time, a year had gone by, I said, you know, let's close the business because, you know, I'm working full time. I'm investing my money and just literally sitting there waiting for this to happen. So then it was like, okay, I've got to start something that I can, you know, get off the ground really quickly. And that's when I decided that I was going to start this beauty product business. And I decided that I needed a location. I needed to source my products. And also I was pregnant. I should probably backtrack a little bit too. So I had a baby. And that was another reason that I wanted to say that's what kind of pushed me to make it happen sooner. I had this baby. I wanted to be able to be around him. Unfortunately, I did have to put him in childcare a little bit sooner than I thought. But basically, when he was about 1, he became a hit baby with me. I call him a hit baby. So I would, you know, run my business, take him with me as I built this business, and then I put him in daycare when he was about 2.
That's a lot to deal with, for sure. I mean, my God, yeah, to do it without a baby is hard enough. Then to add that. Wow.
But that was my motivation, though. It's like, okay, now is the time, right? Because there's always like, I feel like a lot of women that do have great jobs, they want to start a business, or it might be like a side hustle for them, but they never fully pull that trigger. And that was the motivation for me to like, okay, let's make this happen.
And how many times have you heard it? It's very important to have that why, that one reason. And for you, it was your son. For me, it's my wife. And for everybody, it's individual choice. But it needs to be something very, very strong. And you obviously found that, obviously, because look where you are now and where you came from. And what did you find going through corporate that you learned some things you could carry forward into your business? And also, did you find things you want to never incorporate into your business as the result of being a corporate employee?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I take it back to my education as well. There's a lot of entrepreneurs who say, you don't need a degree to start a business. And that is very, very true. So I'm not saying go out there and get a degree, but I credit a lot of my education and my work-based experience, and even just going through the process of working full-time while getting my degree, and then going and climbing the ladder. All of those experiences have helped me to be a successful entrepreneur, to see certain things that I could do in my business, to be able to simply run reports and be able to audit contracts. I gained that experience in corporate America. So absolutely.
Yeah, same here. And I would witness leadership styles and, you know, of those who were the bosses or the managers and things. And I would just mentally note, okay, I don't like that one. I don't like the way they handle it. I don't mean I don't like that person. I don't like the way they handled that one situation. I like that one, and started mentally accumulating all that. So it's like, well, now that I own my own business, I don't want anyone to ever look at me and go, I don't like that one. And it's okay if they say that, because if you're taking your business forward, not everybody's going to like you.
Yes.
But it's important to know the things that work and those that rub people the wrong way. You want your company and your people to be as happy and productive as possible. And so many lessons. So for everyone watching and listening that might still be in a corporate position, know there's hope, and that you can utilize much of your experience going forward that you may not even know that will be that valuable going forward. Yeah. Oh, here's a great question right off the bat. Tara Washington. Here we go. So this would be to you, Starr. If fear was something you encountered in the beginning, how did you push past those moments?
That's a really good question. You know, I was fearful at times, but I also am more of a risk taker, so to speak. And from a young age, and I like to tell this story too. You know, when I was a late teen to young adult, I always felt like whatever I wanted, I could have, right? And I didn't know about The Secret or anything like that, but I just always had that belief system. And now as I'm older, I take myself back to that person. When you were younger, you were already there. So remember to stay in that place. But there is going to be the fear of like, okay, I'm walking away from corporate America. Do I have enough savings? Do I have, is my household going to be supportive, or my spouse, in these things? So I think you have to know that this is what you want in order for you to push past those fears and actually take action. So many people will sit there, and I did the same thing. I'll say with coaching. When I started my coaching business, I got into the online space. I was playing a little bit around with affiliate marketing, but again, like, I was playing with it because I had my other core business.
Yeah.
And I saw coaches and I was like, what is this coaching thing about? These ladies are over here saying they're making all this money. And I say for about a solid 6 to 8 months, like, I would not pull the trigger and start my coaching business because I had fears around, can I coach? How do I coach? How do you even start a coaching business? Do you need certifications? And so, yeah, those fears do exist. But honestly, as soon as I made that decision that, okay, I'm going to do coaching, I started building my audience. I took a course, a very quick course to figure out, how to structure my coaching business and move forward. So you basically have to take action despite those fears.
That is so true. I mean, we were talking earlier that we have those moments where you're going to say something that's really compelling. This is one of those. So you know what's going to happen. Oh, yes. Smart bombs of knowledge, bombs of wisdom. That is Starr Codd. That is definitely true. And that is, you got to take action. And I heard this great saying, and I wish I remember who it was so I can attribute it to them, but they said, you need to become comfortable with becoming uncomfortable. And it's so true. If you're in your comfort zone, that means you're most likely not moving forward, and you might likely be moving backward, to be honest. And so it's very important to keep taking action, even in spite of those fears. And that's truly what makes one person far more successful than another. And yeah, it does cause trepidation. There is hesitation, resistance. But once you learn, and you said one of the best things in there, and that is you took a course, you got knowledge, you went and took care of that one fear and said, well, this is okay. I've got at least one idea of how to structure it. It's better than what I had before, which was none. And now I can take that step. And so do what you can. I'm telling everybody out there to do what you can to make it to that next step. You don't need to complete the entire business in one sitting, but prioritize, lay it out, and say, what am I going to do first, and move on. The most important part is like Starr did. She got connections, she learned, and then she fired, and she went after it. And that's it. I mean, that's the way to do it. I don't know how else to tell people. It's action taking. That is the number one thing. We got another comment flying in. Yeah. Yeah. I think she just answered that. Sarah King says that's true. Fear may be there, but you can still take action even with a fear. Yes, that was a statement, not a question. Thank you. Saran, sorry, I got the name wrong. Saran. I don't know if I'm saying these right. I'm not used to these. Saran King. Thank you. Excuse me. Okay, so shifting gears just a little bit. In the opening, we were talking about books and reading books, and I have a feeling I know the answer to this because just talking to you earlier, you seem very astute and well-versed and very knowledgeable. But would you consider yourself to be an avid reader? And if so, are you reading one or two? Some read more than one at a time. I can't do that. But are you reading something right now that's really intriguing you that you'd like to share?
So I actually listen to audios. Okay. I'm going to be very honest. I don't specifically read. It does make me get very drowsy, but I am constantly absorbing information. So I am constantly consuming books. On Audible, I probably have more than most people do. And I do actually hop around from them. There's not one specifically that I'm into right now that I could say off the top of my head that I'm reading, because I do tend to bounce back and forth. If I feel like I want to hear motivation around making money, I'll jump into an audio on that topic.
Very good. Very good. I'm the same way, Audible. And same reasons. I would get sleepy. I couldn't do it. My eyes would fatigue. And thank God for Audible. That didn't come till, well, almost about 11 years ago, maybe a little longer than that. But that's how it all started. I had a mentor walking around. I was staying at his place. We were there for a weekend, working on a lot of great stuff together. And in the morning, he's walking around with these headphones on, and he kind of looks at me and said, "Hey, what are you listening to?" He goes, "Oh, it's Audible." I said, "What's that?" "I'm listening to a book." I said, "What? You're listening to it? I got to try this." And wow, that was it. I got credits coming every month into Audible to purchase books. It's awesome. I love it. So every time I'm in the car, it's Audible. And it's like, what do they call that? Something on wheels, University on Wheels. Yes. Bridge. Cabanos. Mash, I wish I could get these right. So thank you for that. She's putting up, for those of you listening, it was fire 100% and a heart emojis. Thank you for that. That was for Starr. Yes. And so you've had a beauty salon. Obviously, you've had employees that worked for you. And I always say worked with me. How much would you put in the truth of the fact that having good employees is a crucial part of a success of a business? Is it, how big of a percentage or a priority is that for you, and what part did that play for your business?
99%. So wow. I depend heavily on team for all of my businesses. I always have. I know that a lot of people feel like make your money and grow your business and then bring team members in. I brought team members in from the start. So I've had success on Etsy. I've had team members. I've made 6 figures there. I have, the brick and mortar hair companies. I had staff there. I actually opened lash salons. I was not a licensed lash artist or esthetician. I literally hired estheticians. And even in my coaching business, I have team and support. So first of all, in order for you to scale, you're one person. So yes, you can grow, but there's only so far that you're going to be able to do. There's only so much that you can do on a daily basis. Even for me, when I had, multiple locations, I can only be in one place at one time. And remember, for me, entrepreneurship is about time freedom. I am not going to sit in the retail location for 8 hours or 9 hours or 12 hours or whatever the hours are. I'm going to have team there. I'm going to have cameras at home. I'm going to have my phone on standby. And so I was able to really build a lifestyle that supported me and being able to be with my kids and, pick them up from school as I wanted to and, go into the shops and manage them. So, yeah, it's so important. And I think the other question was good team members. So,
yeah,
I have had extremely bad experiences with employees to the point where, and I do tell my story to my audience because it's very important, right? I've had embezzlement in the company and different things like that have occurred to me. So these things can happen. And all I could do at the time was like really learn from it, tighten up ship and fix whatever issues are happening in the business and learn from those. So yeah, sometimes, you are going to get, not the most amazing team members. So it's just best to really take your time through the interview process and really bring the right people on. And also training is also very, very important when running your business and really putting in the time to train your staff and make sure that they're delivering the type of customer service or client experience that you would personally deliver yourself.
I knew you were an amazing young woman, but boy, oh boy, this is phenomenal. I just reread The E-Myth Revisited by Michael Gerber for the second time. and he talks about a lot of what you've just hit on, which were, training. That's part of your systems, making sure that things are repeatable, that someone who comes in new off the street, if they can follow directions, they can be an employee in your business. It's that simple. When you get to that point, it looks like you did that. And learn from things that don't go right. And guess what? Everyone out there, I know, because I used to be that person. I'm going to wait till everything is just perfect before I start or embark or do anything new. That's a recipe for failure, because the only time you're going to succeed is just to jump and then worry about opening the parachute on the way down, and it will open and you'll be fine. You might hit a rock here or there on the side, but that's where you learn. You say, well, I'll jump in a different area next time, or I'll jump farther out. But you learn, and then you adjust. And you said that very thing. You said you learn from those, when you had those bad employees. When you do, and the pain will drive how deeply you will learn and never to do that again.
Yeah.
And so, I put together comprehensive. I pre-frame the bejeebers out of people that before they come on to work with me, and that is to make sure they understand expectations are set. Like if you don't agree with these expectations, we're not a fit, and I'm fine. That's cool. Everyone's different. I'm not here to be a taskmaster. It's like, look, I need somebody who's gonna abide by these pre-framed ideas and values and everything. And if it's not a fit, it's not a fit. That's okay. But yeah, a bad hire can cost you a lot, as you know, Starr.
Yes.
A lot of money. You had embezzlement. My God, anguish when you maybe have a clash. And that no one wants that, but it does happen. It's life, and you can't hide from the fact that bad things are going to happen, negative things are going to happen in your business. But the beautiful thing is you learn from it, and that's why Starr is successful. She had the attitude of, I can choose to just say, woe is me, or I can choose to learn from that and determine how not to let that happen again. Is that a pretty good summary?
Definitely.
Cool. Yeah, you're amazing. Thanks. And we met by chance. This is awesome, and the reason, why did we meet, Starr? You were doing something. We don't have to be specific about where we were, who we were talking to. Why were you there with me? And we weren't there we didn't come together, but we joined, and I met you for the first time. What was that, 2 days ago?
Yeah.
First time we ever met. What were you doing and why?
I guess you could say the persistence in being able to scale an aspect of my business. Would that be fair?
Yes. And it was a part of the learning process.
Yes. I'm always learning.
So there you go. It's everyone listening. That is another key ingredient to success. Bonita Stokes Walker says, hi, Starr. They're coming in everywhere. It's awesome. And then I don't know if you know Ebony Nicole James. She says, oh my gosh, you guys did it. I don't know what we did, but okay. Or maybe it was you in your group. And Saren King says, I love both reading physical books and listening to audibles. Yeah. I've read on a rare occasion, I'll because they don't come in Audible. I'm like,
yes,
no,
right.
Note to all authors out there, create an Audible version too. There are so many times I'd look and it's like, oh, there's no Audible. I'm not going to do it. I don't have the discipline or the time. I'm not going to sit on the couch and read. I'm going to do it in my car where I'm doing nothing else. Yes. And I've got the time. It's about efficiency. So now you have tasted corporate, and you've tasted entrepreneurship. You have tasted brick and mortar. You've tasted online, and now coaching. Going through all that, you've got a lot of background experience, more than most, having tasted all. I can say tasted, I don't know why, but what would you say now, being where you are now? What is the number one favorite aspect of being an entrepreneur, looking back at everything you've been through?
Oh my goodness. For me, it's the creativity. So the starting of each business has been so exciting for me. I tell you, of course, we're here for time freedom, but when I start a business, I go all in. I mean, I will stay up until 2 or 3 in the morning, but I'm super excited about it. And it's by choice. It's not because I have to be working these hours. And I love developing and branding and, marketing and just figuring out just the whole process of that specific business. So I guess you could say bringing businesses to market.
Yeah. I see it and I feel it, the joy, because that's why okay. I want to ask you this question, because there's been debate around this about, you have some gurus that get up there and say, well, you got to find something you're passionate about and make it into a business, or you need to get into a business that you are passionate about, either way. And then some will say that has nothing to do with it. You just need to find something that there's a market for, and make money doing it. What is your philosophy on that whole line of passion versus not?
I was talking to my husband the other day, and I mean, I think you do have to have some level of passion or interest in the business. But one thing that we came to a conclusion on is like starting a specific business at the right time with the right product and the right service presenting it to the right market is so crucial, and it's been so valuable to my success. So that doesn't mean that I specifically love hair extensions. I'd never worn extensions until I started my company, and I think I've only worn them like 3 times. So yeah, at the time I was younger and I did enjoy beauty, so it was something I was interested in. But was I super passionate about hair? No, not specifically, but it was still within the realm of something that I enjoyed. And then I did get to dive into like the packaging and that sort of thing. So, yeah.
Yeah. So there were very specific things of building the business that you thoroughly enjoyed, or you wouldn't be up till 2 a.m. working on them.
Yeah.
And I can relate to that too. And, some people are like, what do you do for fun? It's like, what do you mean? I'm doing it. This is what I do for fun. Why don't you go golfing? Because that takes 4 hours, and that's a waste of time for me now. I've done it many times, and like, I just don't. It doesn't draw me anymore. I don't feel the need to go out, and it's fun. It's nice to get out, but it's everything is different for everyone. Oh, we have Sanja Rickett Stinson. Hi, Starr in Chicago, Dr. Sanja.
Nice. I want to add to that statement though, just to kind of like fine tune my answer. So I think it's important that you're picking a business, a product, or a niche that can actually make money. And sometimes what we're super passionate about may not be something that people are going to buy or that you can make money from. So again, working on a business that you can make profitable, and then using those proceeds after you've created a lifestyle for yourself and your family, you can go back and do some of the philanthropic work that you might want to do. So I did want to kind of clarify that also.
Very wise there as well. Yeah. I always say, so many people, we all have, how many great ideas have we all had? And then, oh my God, people eat this up. But then the next question you got to ask yourself is, or will they? Will they really eat it up? And the only way to find out is to test it and ensure people want it before you build an entire business around it. I've seen that happen. I've done it myself, and I'm like, wow, nobody wants this. And I thought it was the greatest thing since sliced bread. Well, I is only one person. And so you got to make sure there's enough people out there that want or need your product or service before you even invest all that time and money. Even if there's no money involved, it's a lot of time. Definitely. And so, yes. All right. We have another Facebook user saying, hi, Starr. So a Facebook user says hi to you.
Hi.
That's what I don't know. I've seen this happen a few times. I don't know why it does that, but thank you, whoever you are, for coming on and engaging. You can drop your name in there if you want. I don't know if you know who you are, because it probably doesn't say Facebook user to you. It's funny when this happens. One of my absolute favorites. But before I go to that, oh goodness, you know what? I've gotten so curious now, because you've gone through corporate to brick and mortar to now coaching, and I'm curious about a few things. And I was hoping you would be open to sharing what it is that business is like. Who is your target market, your avatar, as we like to say, your focused individual that you are looking to help and have helped, and then what is the service? Like, what kinds of things do you do, and what do you target, and what do you help people with? Is it business related? Is it personal? Is it both? That kind of thing, as far as coaching goes. And then third and finally, I know there's a lot. Third and finally is, if you have a success story or two you'd like to share with all of us, we'd love to hear that as well.
Yes, absolutely. So currently, I primarily serve women coaches. I do serve other entrepreneurs depending on their business, more so service-based. So I help coaches to be able to come into the online space and organically grow their business. So we are building their online presence. I focus on helping them build a Facebook community so that they have a lead generation strategy that's on steroids, bringing in leads on a daily or weekly basis. So for me, remember when I told you my story about how I was stuck for 6 to 8 months on whether I wanted to start coaching? When I pulled the trigger, I named my Facebook community and I started growing that group for 2 months while I took that course. So the first month as a coach, and that, yeah, for 2 months, remember, I'm studying and I am making connections and I am growing the group. But when I put my offers out, it was a 10K month. I think it was like 11, if I'm not mistaken. So I do the same with my clients. I want them to understand how to come online, be present, communicate their messaging, leverage Facebook communities as their way of audience building and growing their email list. We build out offers that are attractive. And again, I enjoy packaging and branding and making things look really nice. And from there, we're teaching marketing and sales. I teach marketing and sales, and I help them to effectively enroll clients, premium clients, into their business. So yes, I have tons of stories of helping women succeed, which is so, so amazing. I have women who've been able to grow their Facebook groups anywhere from 1 to over 10,000 members. I have clients who have had 10, 20, 30K months brand new to the business. Specifically, I have a client who she was, I want to say, maybe doing some sort of business coaching, and she wanted to completely change her niche. She didn't know if it was going to be possible. So I said, absolutely it is. We created her Facebook community, and with under 2,000 members, she had, I want to say her first month was about 10K, and the second month was, now, mind you, we worked together for 8 weeks before this, though, was a 20K month for her. I have another client who also similarly was doing a different type of niche in the health and wellness space, and she wanted to switch gears into business, and she had a lot of mindset issues around that and resistance. And so I helped her work through that process of understanding that this is something that she could do, so long as she had the desire within her to want to do the business coaching. And she has just taken off. Her community has grown. She has high ticket premium clients. And so, yeah, I have so many clients that have some really, really fun results. And I have clients who just, have gotten their first client too. And that's so fun, right?
Oh, goodness, all of it. And I love how your passion shined through the second you said, oh, I have tons of stories, and the smile got huge. And that means you are very happy and proud of helping other people. That's
Yes.
what I'm feeling from you, is you're enjoying the fact that you had something to do with another individual's success. And that's what truly is, I think, at the essence of most of entrepreneurs, is that we love to help others and serve others and see them succeed. And to do anything else, that would be falling short. I mean, do you have that kind of feeling as well?
I think that when I'm feeling down in business, it's because I'm not able to support someone, or they didn't get the results that I expected them to get. And it's not necessarily my fault, right? They may not be putting in the work. But I would say that would probably be the downside of like my emotional state in this type of business and working with humans versus, a product-based business. But it lights me up to see women succeed. And one of the things that I always talk about is that, yes, I do have support. I do have a husband who's super massively supportive, but anything could happen, right? And because of like where I've come from in my childhood and my roots and my background and how I grew up, like I want women to have financial freedom and independence, and never have to say that they have to depend on their spouse, a parent, or even a job. Like I want them to be able to understand that they can make their own income. And I know one of my mentors was like, Starr, not everybody has the ability to just come into the online space and just make money, but you do. And my thing is, yes, we all do.
Man, this is amazing. And you have a couple of people checking in. New ones. Luna Rosa says, yes, Starr is amazing as a coach. I mean, we didn't pay anybody to come on here and say these wonderful, glowing things. At least I didn't. And I know you didn't either. And then Weiner Crumbly says, yes, Starr is an amazing coach and so knowledgeable. So you have actual people who've gotten results from you as well. Oh my gosh, another Facebook user saying hi. So funny. For those of you listening, before I forget, so the website to connect with her is starrcodd.com, and it's STARR double star because she is double R because she's a double star. Codd, CODD.com. So there's 2 letters at the end of each. Starr, STARR dot, not dot. Come on, Brian. STARRCODD.com. I think I have COPD or COD something. Anyway, so what is that? I'm all over the place. So fantastic. Oh, here's another great one. My goodness. So Stephanie Leandre says, I just started working with Starr and I'm glad I took the leap. And thank you for putting your name in there. Came up with Facebook.
Stephanie. Thank you.
Yeah, and I can only imagine how blessed every person is who is come across like yours truly. I mean, I am so glad we met at this. I mean, complete happenstance that it happened. That is awesome, and there was just something very special in you when you were talking in the group, and I thought, wow, this woman is you're far more. I don't know. You're far more brilliant and amazing, I think. And I think we all are the same way. We are all less complimentary of ourselves than others see in us. And that was also an endearing attribute of you. It's like you were not all about yourself. You weren't egocentric. You're very humble. That's the word I'm looking for. Very humble, but very accomplished and also very successful. And there's a reason for all of that. And that's because you work your butt off. There's no way it didn't happen by not working. And I always like to make that point for people watching. Well, it's just easy. It looks easy for them. It's like it took her 10 years to be an overnight success. So, just saying. So not like that's a new one. So my gosh, I got to look at the time. We're doing great. Oh, this is fantastic. Yes, one of my favorite all-time questions. I love it because I love the M word, and it's called marketing. Marketing is the lifeblood of every business. And what I find so astonishing to this day is when companies are feeling the pinch, the first department they go after to cut is the very thing that's feeding them the blood to keep their business going. And it's the marketing department. I'm like, they're done. That was a numbskull move. But for you've been through this now on the corporate side, now going through brick and mortar and online and coaching. And have you found that what works back when you started, say the brick and mortar, is still working identically the way it did then today? Or have you had to change your marketing strategies over time? That would be the first part of the question.
So we know that, technology is always advancing. So of course we're going to change some of what we're doing in business. But my hair company, I literally grew that, what I call more of a grassroots effort locally in Southern California. And so I would go to events where I knew my avatar would be at. Okay, physically go there, passing out flyers. I would hire people to pass out flyers. I've done radio. I've done breast cancer awareness events where we donated proceeds to specific organizations. Any type of outdoor event where they would be at, we would rent booths and we would be there. I connected with local salons. I ran ads on Facebook. I ran ads on radio. So literally anything that you can do to scream your business from the rooftops, you should be doing. And so similarly in the online space, again, like I talk about Facebook groups, right? I'm bringing a community of people together who are my ideal avatar in the fastest way that I can do that possible. So, I feel like all of the efforts combined are very important because these things are compounding. You're continuously getting people to see you. People have to see things multiple times in multiple ways to make that decision to purchase from you, whether it be a product or a service. So just, being here, right? I'm getting exposure even.
Yeah, I don't know if the number is correct, but I've heard multiple times that it takes an average of 7 impressions before someone will actually buy, meaning 7 times that they've seen or heard about your product or service. And I just thought about the other day because I've been watching this one it's caught my eye, and I'm like, I know I'm going to end up getting this. I just know it, And if it keeps coming in front of my face, I'll get it because I know it's going to keep coming. And of course I did. But
retargeting.
Yeah, and it's fantastic though because it was something I wanted and needed and truly desired. Oh my goodness, they keep coming in. You have such a great following. Tara Washington says Starr is a blessing. And she put some star emoji at the end. That was really cool. Let's see. We've got Starr builds relationships based on conversations and encourages individuals at all phases of the journey to their goal. Fantastic. And Stevie says hello with a hand wave. Yeah, they're just coming in left and right. So I'm just going to tell everyone watching this either live or listening to this after the fact of a recording that we have the real deal here. Starr is not just a person that says, I think being an entrepreneur is a good thing for you. She is a product of the product, and she's put in the time. She's put in the sweat and tears. I usually don't put the blood part in there because that probably didn't happen. Hopefully it didn't. But It may feel like it, but yes. Oh my gosh. There's even. Oh, here we go. My goodness. Stevie says Rockstar is dynamic. Oh yes, there they come. Even more. And Angel or Angel. I'm not even going to attempt
Angel.
last name, but she's the best coach any new business owner needs. Oh my God, they're just flying. Bonita, Stokes, Walker. Yes, Starr is the real deal. So we'll just make the rest of the show all about.
It's just making me blush. I mean,
I
I enjoy supporting, women. I truly do. I'm very passionate about that, and I think it shows.
Yeah, it's the true measure of all of that is the results, and we're seeing objective evidence of that all night tonight. So that is phenomenal. You are such a treat, Starr. There are many that there's this thing called fake it till you make it. And I'm not saying people are faking it, but they might be putting off that they're doing better than they truly are. You know, if we were all honest, most people are struggling, even though they put up on Facebook, they're driving a Lambo, but they rented it for a day, or stuff like that. Where I don't, that doesn't do anything for me to do stuff like that. But there are those that are doing that to try to gain influencer status higher than where they're at now. Just put your nose down and put in the work. And what I would say for everyone, and I'm going to even open it up to the guys if you're okay, Starr, is I would reach out to Starr. She's figured it out. She's figured something out that not many people are doing. And I have a feeling it's primarily due to the fact that she is causing her clients to focus on either one or very few tasks in the beginning, and that will help them to build their following on Facebook, and then from there, and then all the messaging and stuff that goes with it. And it sounds, you said that one worked with you for 8 weeks, so that tells me that, and that should tell everybody, guess what? There's work involved. You need to put in some effort. If you're not ready to work, then don't even bother. But if you are, Starr is your person. Go to her, get your business lifted off the ground, or take it to the next level if it's already up and running. Because Starr's done this. She's done this. She's developed over $1 million business annual revenue. So come on. That's the other thing is, if you're looking for a mentor, if you're looking for anyone to help teach you, you want to get somebody who has already achieved those results. And that's where Starr comes in. So there's no more guessing. You don't need to guess. Look at her and listen to her. She is an amazing, wonderful person, easy to get along with. And I'll bet she's also, though, the type that will get in your ear and give you the truth so that you can get to the next step if you're doing something that's not down the right path. She's smiling ear to ear right now. So she's probably got that toughness built in, being a mom and all that. That's a perfect attribute. I love it.
Yes.
Oh. Oh, goodness, it just keeps going. Linda Houston, she says, I love watching Starr when she pops on. She is definitely a breath of fresh air. Yes, so positive and uplifting. Oh, so agree. Oh, yeah. Elba Cologne, another different name. You guys and gals are awesome, mostly gals. She helped me build my Facebook group. And then, here we go. Luna Rosa says, if you are not ready to do the work, do not even bother. Oh, so true. In any phase, in any kind of business, no matter who you're with. So for me, that's why I think passion is an important ingredient, because if you don't like what you're doing and you're working till 2 or 3 in the morning, forget it. It's not going to last long. And so that tells me you love what you do, Starr. And it might be micro pieces of it, or the whole thing as a picture, or all of it together. But as long as you're doing something that you truly enjoy, you can have a very long and successful business, in my humble opinion. Oh my goodness. Oh, no, the time. So we do have a couple gifts to give away. We're not there yet, but I promised everyone who stayed on live till the end, and we've got a good number tonight, thanks to Starr. She is literally a star. Because that's come on, you're named that. You have to be. So we're going to give away that 5-night vacation stay at a 5-star luxury resort here in just a moment. And also, a little birdie told me that there's some incredible person might also have a gift for everyone here tonight. So don't go anywhere. We're almost there, but we're not quite. I like to end every show with one very profound question, Starr. I do this every show, and it's amazing. It's powerful. It's profound. And you're going to crush it. You're going to love it. And so will everyone else. Before we do that, though, I did promise everyone who stayed on here live until the end. Yeah, I got to put that on the screen because that made me laugh. Stevie says, yay for the gift. And Sheila Edens Brown says, yes, she is a star. Wow. Linda Houston, star lives passion and her beautiful smile lights up her room. Yes. And Bonita Stokes Walker says, nice. I can't keep up with you. Thank you. Thank you. Keep them coming. No, stop. And so what we want to do is give everyone the opportunity. So I'm going to put up a web address on the screen, and I will just implore upon all of you to please just write it down. Like I said in the beginning, write it down. When the show is over, you can enter to win. We will still have team members monitoring, looking for the entries, and then we'll choose a winner later on after the show's over. So don't sweat it. You have plenty of time. So I'd say give it 5 or 10 minutes after the show's over. Be done in that time. But here it is. I'll put it up on the screen, and stay with us because I'm not going to put this up for very long, but we're going to come back with Starr in just a second. So here's where you go. Write this down, ryp.im/vacation. You know, I'm feeling good. If we get enough entries, I may give away more than one. ryp.im/vacation. What do you think, Starr? How about the magical number 3?
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, I mean,
yes, I would love for the ladies to win.
yeah, I love to reward action, and it's obviously an extension of your teaching. All of these women are commenting. That is a sign of action takers, because not everybody comments, not everybody participates and plays full out. You have ingrained that in them. So, I mean, everything about this is, I'm getting goosebumps. You are amazing beyond amazing. And that's that one. We do have another one. A little birdie, and I'm not trying to infer that Star's a little birdie, but she is an amazing person. So I'm going to put yours up there and let you talk through it. I'll pull up the site as well and let people know what they are in order, or in, I can't think of the word, what they are in store for. That's it. Here we go.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So yes, if you head on over to starrcodd.com/mini course, you can check out my 3-part training. And this is specific for coaches, course creators, or pretty much any service-based provider. I wouldn't recommend this for product-based business owners, but this is a 3-day, kind of like a 3-session training where I'm going to really be talking about how you can actually scale your online business consistently, create a system so that you can enroll clients on autopilot. We're going to help you to map out a business model during this training so that you can actually put your mind around put your mind around the fact that you can actually truly make 10 to 20K months in your business in the online space, because sometimes this is like a dream, but I'm going to show you visually how you can actually do it, and you'll see that it makes sense, right? And then the other training is going to be really about becoming booked out and selling out your offers, and how you can create a client attraction sales system. So I highly recommend that you check out that 3-part training, implement whatever you can that I do discuss in that 3 days. But yeah, it's a free training, and I'm so happy to share this free mini course with you guys.
And I mean, listen, with her prowess, with her expertise and her experience, it's valued at $497. Treat it as twice, at least double that. Register. It's 100% free. Get the education. Then you'll know at that moment whether or not you want to take yet another step and go deeper with Starr, because it's great to get the initial information. And I'll be the first to probably say it. There's probably no way she could give you everything she's got in 3 short courses. I doubt it. But it gives you enough to know if this is the right fit for you to take that path farther. And you'll learn something probably you never saw before. And if for nothing else, do that. But you also get to learn more about who Starr is, because it's her on video. I got to preview some of it, and it was like, oh, this is awesome. So I kind of got to know her before we literally got on this show together, and I got to know her by way of her videos, and just amazing stuff. And I appreciate you, Starr, for making this available to our audience, and that is phenomenal. So it's Starr Codd, so it's StarrCodd.com/mini course, MINICOURSE, all one word, mini course, and yes, all lowercase, by the way. The mini course, make that lowercase, all the letters. StarrCodd.com/mini course. Thank you for that, Starr. That's phenomenal. Appreciate that. All right. Well, I can't believe we're at that time. Oh, come on. I'm seeing more comments flying in. Yes, Linda. Oh, we've got a bunch of hearts coming by. Saren King, or is it Saran? I'm sorry if I got that wrong.
On.
Saran, okay, thank you. And then Linda Houston, Starr is amazing, beyond amazing. I agree. May God continue to bless her and every divine connection. Amen to that. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, yes, yes. Oh my goodness. All right. So we have that wonderful time where I'm going to ask that wonderfully profound final question. Now everybody knows how to get a hold of you. Is there a different way before we tie this one up?
Just on Facebook, you can search for me there. That's probably the easiest way.
Okay, and that's Starr with 2 R's and Codd
Yes.
with 2 D's. Hey,
Yes.
that was the easiest way to say it. Why didn't I do that to begin with? So, all right.
Double R, double D.
Yes, yes, that could be like a cool nickname. So, here's the thing about this question, Starr, and the cool thing about it is there is absolutely no such thing as a wrong answer. It doesn't exist. In other words, you cannot fail this test, and it's not even a test. So you can just relax on that. The cool thing is the exact opposite is the truth, and that is the only correct answer is yours. It's the reason I asked this question. I did this for a number of episodes for a long time, actually, where on occasion I'd ask the question and I started realizing, wow, these answers are pretty amazing. So I decided to close every show out with it. And with your permission, when we're all done, you'll know why I'm going to be asking that. Is we'll see if we can add your answer to a compilation book by the title of the very question, which you still don't know what that is, and you're going, come on, give me the question. And so, with all that buildup and hype and wonderment, are you ready?
Yes.
Of course you are. Did everybody see that instantly? She just said yes. Quit messing around. Give it to me. All right, here we go. Starr Codd, how do you define success?
Wow. So for me, success is just really feeling happy with yourself and your life. So some people might put success around money, some people might put success around being able to provide for their family. And again, like all of our situations are unique and different. So for me, success is being able to provide for my sons and allow them to live in a safe community and go to an amazing Christian school. But I also know that success for others means different things. And ultimately, what's going to bring you that joy, that peace, and that happiness where you're able to sleep at night, you're not up, you're not stressed out. I think for me, that's what success means.
And you know how we have to end this one, don't you? Oh, yeah. Yes, that is Starr Codd. Smart bombs of wisdom. She is amazing. As all of you who have been watching and commenting already know that. Most of you who have come on know who she is and have worked with her, and that's another testament to you. And also to that Facebook group that you built of your own. I'm sure many of them are coming directly from that with the notifications they all received. And appreciate you beyond words, Starr, and everything, not just in your business prowess, but how you go about it. You're an example for others to follow that truly you can stand behind and be proud. And, you know, there's a certain somebody that's, when it's time, is going to say, job well done. Yes.
Thank you so much, Brian, for having me on the show. It's been amazing. It's been a pleasure. And I'm so happy that you extended the opportunity to me.
Thank you. And I'm so happy you accepted. Like when you just right then, you just said, yeah, I'm free. You had no idea what I was going to ask you. I'm like, you said, hey, are you free? Say 5 to 7, somewhere around there, PM on Thursday? Yeah. I'm like, oh, great. All right, here we go. So
time freedom.
Yeah, action taker, all of it. Fantastic. Yeah. Oh my gosh, they're still flying in. I'll put one more up. Seraphine Ogutu. I don't know if that's right. Job definitely well done by Starr. Yes, I would concur wholeheartedly. Whew. Oh, well, I don't want this to end, but out of respect for everyone, including you, Starr, we want to keep this down to just a little over an hour, but I cannot tell you how appreciative I am for you jumping in, saving the show for tonight, and for imparting your incredible wisdom. Your value is unmeasurable. And I know so many people, including yours truly, can and will learn much more from you on how to build a successful business, and just appreciate you. Thank you so much, Starr.
Thank you, Brian.
On behalf of the amazing Starr Codd, I am Brian Kelly, the host of the Mind Body Business Show. Until we meet again next week, everyone, please do two things. Go out and crush it so you can serve and help more people. And number two, above all else, please, everyone, be blessed. That's it. Take care for now. So long. Thank you for tuning in to the Mind Body Business Show podcast at www.themindbodybusinessshow.com. My name is Brian Kelly.